Welcome back, everyone. Haloview reached out to us and offered us a camera. It's the Haloview BT6 Touch, and asked us if we would be willing to do a installation review of their camera system. Ironically, our 20-year-old backup camera has failed recently, so I thought what a good opportunity to do something like this. So today we're gonna do an unboxing and an install of this camera system. Hopefully it works out really well, because I have to permanently install it in order to use it. So let's get right to it. Okay, we'll get right to the unboxing. This is the Haloview BT6 Touch. I'm looking forward to it being a decent camera. I kind of need one, as we said earlier. So we'll get to this unboxing part. And before we do, we'll tell you that the screen, it's an LCD screen, it's 5.5 inches. Its resolution is 1280 by 720. It has 800 to 1 contrast and 550 CD brightness. Viewing angle is 85/RL.85, and the aspect ratio is 16.9. It has 4 channels. I believe that means it can have 4 different cameras plugged in. It has an operating frequency of 2400 hertz to 2483 hertz. Let's see what else is important here. It has a maximum transmitting distance of 984 feet line of sight. I have seen some other people talk about this, and they've had to use like an extension antenna to bring it a little bit forward. I think those are mostly the fifth wheel people with that long distance from the rear of the camper to the front of their truck. We have a 40-foot motorhome, and they said that we wouldn't need the extension antenna at all. So this is it. Let's get it unboxed. Let's see what it looks like inside. Donna's gonna be mad at me for using cutlery to open up the box, but it's the closest thing I could grab. Keep it in there. Okay. Okay, get inside of here. All right. It's got some cleaning cloth for the lens. That's handy. And some other miscellaneous stuff. A user's guide, a touchscreen user manuals. I'm thinking that this is a installation, / user manual. And this is a, okay. All right. Okay, it's got a mounting bracket. It's a flush mount, and I already have a hole in my back of my camper, and there are some antennas. I think one is for the camera, and 2 are for the head unit. A cigarette lighter power supply. And I think that's what we'll be using temporarily. And I think I might, if everything works out really well, I'll probably hardwire this power supply to the key switch. And this is some sort of download USB cable. I guess I think it, no, I don't know. We'll see. And some adapter cables. I think this is the power supply cable that I'm probably going to need. Yep. And that's going to give me my positive, negative, and ground. And in our case, I'm going to have to wire this to our clearance lights. The clearance lights are the nearest power supply I can get. The only thing I really didn't like about it is that I had to connect the power supply to the clearance lights, as I said, but that means I have to have the lights on all the time. I guess safety is all good, but you know, I would have liked to have had it power up regardless if the lights were on or not. But that's just the way it is. And because I'm retrofitting this is a retrofit kit. Because I'm retrofitting this, there aren't really a ton of choices, and it would be extremely difficult to run a power supply from the dash that was keyed to all the way to the back. So that would be near impossible. Okay. And this looks like a suction cup mounting bracket. Probably going to be using that temporarily. Probably going to stick this either on the windshield or the side window, and then if I'm really pleased with it, then I might try to flush mount it in the dash or put a bracket on the dash. There is space in our dash. We'll see how that goes later, but for now we'll suction cup mount. And here is a different style. I think this might be a glue-on mount. We'll have to read the instructions, and when we get to that stage, we'll let you know how that works. And this is a flange gasket for the camera. This will fit like this. The camera wire will go through, and that will be our mounting flange. We'll also use this as a template for our holes, to drill our holes. And that will be what we'll do, and we'll mount this with probably stainless steel screws. And that's about it. Oh, they give us stainless steel screws. How handy. So that'll be it. We're going to do this in segments. I've got a little work on my rear backup camera. Our rear camera was glued in substantially, and I've been cutting away glue for a couple hours now to try to get it released. I think I've got it where the point where it'll pop out now, but I need to make sure the weather is right so I don't have to risk getting rainwater inside the back of the coach. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of this old camera. It's right up here. In this particular case, it was a glue in, and there was an access panel inside the coach in the closet. And so we'll just pop this thing out. I've already kind of like removed all the glue from the inside. And let me tell you, they glued this thing in there real well. So I was worried about this opening may not be large enough for this mount. So it looks like I'm barely going to be able to cover it. Hold this over the opening. Now, the installation instructions said that you needed to get as high up as possible. Okay, so I'm trying to get this adjusted where it's going to cover the holes exactly, and that's about the best that I'm going to be able to get. Right there, said to get it as high as possible, but yeah, there. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm going to pre-thread these holes. Now I'm gonna run these screws in and out so that we'll save the glass from cracking. Run it backwards. Run it backwards. That will save the glass from cracking. And then I'm going to silicone the screw holes. And because this opening is so large, I'm going to silicone around the flange. Ta-da! There it is. Okay, so that's the outside part, and we'll make adjustments in here. We'll throw the antenna on when we get to the next step, and that's what we got so far. So what I did is I managed to get the power supply attached to the orange and green clearance lights, and I checked to verify that I had 12 volts on the plug. I taped it up just to bundle it all up, and then down here is the back of the camera. I got it all siliconed in place, and there she be. So that was actually quite straightforward. I think most motorhomes probably have an access panel like this, so it should be fairly straightforward to get a power supply from that. Okay, so I think maybe for a permanent installation, I'm probably going to go ahead and mount it here on the dash using the self-adhesive 3M sticking pad and mounting bracket. The only thing is I have a bit of a not so smooth surface, so I have a little concern about that. May want to use a small piece of black Lexan to attach to here and then stick that to it. That way it doesn't ruin the dash. And then I think for now, what I'll do is I will change the bracket. I do like this robust bracket. It seems very secure, able to get it very tight and hold it very steady. But I think for the time being, where I can put some hours on it and get to using it, I think maybe I will use the suction cup mount, and I will likely bring it over here, put it above my phone, like right in this vicinity right here, like this, and I think that's going to work just fine for us. And we'll give that a try and get that in position right below where I put my phone. Okay, so in summary, what I'd like to say is that the installation was very straightforward. The instruction booklet does a very good job of step-by-step installation with writing and pictures, and this camera seems to be performing very well. The speaker volume works nice. I can hear Donna talking to me, and we'll get a chance to try that while we're backing up. I think overall the picture quality is very good. Our camera that we had in the past worked so poorly that this one seems 100 times better. The screen size is just right. I think too big of a screen is a little bit annoying. Too small of a screen is hard to see, so I think it's just right. Would I recommend this camera? I would have to say definitely would recommend this camera. And I think we'll have an affiliate link there for you. And if you buy from us, you'll get a 5% discount, which we'd appreciate it if you did that. And if it's something that you can use, and if you have any questions about it, please leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer them and tell you any more of the information that you might need to know. So I'd like to thank you for your time.